Hello,
Hi,
fantastic to see you.
and you too.
Thank you so much for agreeing to spend some time with me today. Talking through social media because we're coming up to World Social Media Day. I thought it would be a great opportunity to talk about a topic which so many business owners struggle with. How did you get into social media?
I'm from Social Media Champion. So I started in 2017, I think, learning Facebook ads. It hadn't long come out. People didn't really understand it. It was a really good niche area to begin to learn. All of my clients were in the hospitality industry. And then 2020 hit. I lost everything. I spun around and helped everybody, my networking community and all the businesses that I was working with, got them all onto LinkedIn, spun them up online with an online presence because they were normally brick and mortar, word of mouth, referral type businesses. I then learned organic strategies for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, but specialized in LinkedIn because I'm on LinkedIn all the time. And that's pretty much where I am now.
LinkedIn, one of your favorite platforms, or is Facebook kind of still for you kind of?
It's interesting. I'm on Facebook quite a lot. There's quite a lot of groups on Facebook. I thought Facebook was dead, apart from paid ads because of the reach. And actually, the fundamental thing of social media is relationship building. And we're not getting out physically as we used to before COVID. And so now networking online is just as important as networking in person. So I've adopted more networking online. There are so many amazing Facebook groups, you know, especially if you're a sole business owner. There's so many female founder groups. And I've met so many people from all over the world as well. So I used to only just focus on the UK. Now I've been going out, connecting with people in Australia, in America, in Europe.
For those people that haven't done anything like this before, how do they find these groups?
If you're on your Facebook platform and you're going into the groups tab, you'll be able to search any keywords. You'll find out quickly where people are interacting in groups and engaging and where they're not. I left those groups. There's been other ones where people have been really helpful, real having challenges, and I've been able to help them, then connect with them and build relationships. So if you want to tap into a wider community, I would definitely recommend Facebook groups.
And how do you find the LinkedIn community?
The LinkedIn community is a little different. I haven't found the groups as interactive as the Facebook groups, but the way the algorithm works on LinkedIn is a little different. So anything you put on LinkedIn, and if you're creating effective relationships with people, your content probably lives for about a good 2 weeks. So the LinkedIn algorithm is really good.
So it's a lot longer, isn't it? The longevity of a post compared to other social media platforms.
And the reason for that is Facebook and Instagram have been around for a very long time. And this is another reason why like TikTok or the content lasts for a long time. So they tried with stories last year and obviously they took that away. And now they adopted short form content because that is, you know, where it's going. I say to everybody, you know, definitely try short form content. That's where LinkedIn is going. It used to favor the landscape type format before, and now if you now post portrait, it still gains traction. And so the content lasts for a lot longer.
How has the platform evolved this year? Because a lot of new features have been brought out.
LinkedIn are also trying, they don't ever tell you what they're changing. Every now and again, you'll see your content drop or the views drop and then it gets a bit glitchy and you know something's coming. Short form content is definitely a way to go. Single picture posts are good as well with long content and short content. Carousels are very good as well.
Can you talk through what you mean by being consistent and short form content?
When you have taken the strategic approach and you're working through your strategy of what you're posting, when you're posting, as long as you stay consistent week from week to week. So we that 3 times a week, twice a week, 5 times a week, whatever you choose that is right for you, that you are able to deliver. Just make sure that every week you're showing up every week the same amount of time. Because people say, oh, I tried social media, it doesn't work. They say, well, how long did you do it? Oh, 2 weeks. And it's like, you can't build a relationship with somebody in 2 weeks. It's a long game. So choosing what you're talking about. And so that when you're being consistent, it's what is your client pain? Who are you talking to? The one question is, who are you talking to? What is it that is keeping them up at night? What is their pain? What are they struggling with? What is their challenge? And what is your solution? Once you've got those 3 key cornerstones, then you can start thinking, right, okay, I'm going to create content on this topic. I'm going to create content on this topic. For example, I talk about being visible. I talk about technical ways of doing things, like how to edit video, how to create graphics. Just pick 3 things that you can talk about, or look at your frequently asked questions, and then pick your content pillars. There's a saying from a brand expert, Artie Palmer. She says, your brand messaging should make sure that you are the obvious choice. It's effortlessly, it's intentional, and everything that you're doing is to explain to somebody how you can help them. And that's
what do you mean by short
form content video. So video is the way to go. If you haven't adopted video into your social media strategy by now, it's definitely something that you should be thinking about implementing. There's so much fake news, AI, people creating like avatars and all this sort of stuff. People want to really connect with somebody that they're buying from. So much skepticism in the world right now. People need to feel safe and know that whoever they're doing business with is a legitimate person. 50-second video, don't be scared, just talk to camera, just share one little tip a week. A client of mine, Paul Webb, when I first started working with him, he hadn't really done video. He was like, oh, I can't go on video. So I whipped out my camera, I recorded him, quickly put subtitles on it, edited it, and then he became a video monster. The result of that is he's a global presence now. He's written 5 books. He's now the leading expert in energy management. Short form content is less than a minute.
Can we talk about engagement? How does engagement work with LinkedIn, and what would you advise as a small business that they should be doing?
Cool. So LinkedIn's #1 primary goal is to connect professionals and individuals in the best possible way. And connection means communication. And so communication's about commenting on what people are posting or influence, or however, start a conversation. So #1 rule, do not ever post and ghost. There's nothing worse than posting something and then just radio silence. So if somebody comments on your content, write something back, and don't be a lurker, be a leader on LinkedIn. I always say to people, spend at least 15 to 20 minutes after you posted replying to answers, especially if you've written your post correctly and you've got a call to action in there on what the person needs to do next. Thank them for taking the time to at least interacting with your content. Engagement's really super important, again, and also in the direct messages as well.
What else would you advise that they need to do?
If you're going out there commenting on other people's posts, becoming visible, writing helpful content, and I don't mean just content on your own page, but if you've put out something, Natalie, about strategy, and I comment on your post saying, actually, and also you can do XYZ, the next time I post, you're more likely to then engage on my content. And also, it's highly likely that if there's something that has sparked, my comment has sparked in your mind as well. Social media is not just for putting stuff out there and broadcasting. It is a relationship, it's a reciprocal, a vehicle to speak to people. Listen to what your audience are saying, listen to what other pains people are having, connect with people who are influencers in your industry, connect with people who are decision makers in your industry and follow those sorts of people. Follow people who are delivering the same as you as well, so you can have healthy conversation with your peers, and also connect with people who are in your ideal market. That gives you kind of like a rounded presence.
Can you explain a bit about who you mean by influencers?
Okay, so if there's somebody leading in the industry, for example, social media, I follow Stephen Bartlett. He's got quite a lot of followers. His content's interesting. He's well known. Same with Gary Vee. Every time they post, I would comment, because the people that follow Stephen Bartlett are like-minded people that I would want to connect with. So they would see me connecting, and we would maybe message or connect with those sorts of individuals.
Can we talk about the LinkedIn company profile versus someone's individual company profile?
I would say the easiest way to distinguish what you should post on each one is if you keep your company page similar to like your website, so it's more informational and it's got like your blogs and your top tips or what have you, and you can share your content that you put on your personal profile on your page. So if you build your relationships with your connections on LinkedIn as a founder, as an owner, and then if they want to find out more in-depth, your top tips, but the more long blogs, services that you have, those things are the things that you should have on your company page. It's just a little less personal, but still valuable. And then and LinkedIn like it because you're not sending somebody off to a website somewhere else.
They've created a blog. What is the best way for them to promote that blog on LinkedIn?
So you can post it on your company page, and then take maybe like say you've written a blog, and you can take your top 3 like trailer key points, and then write on your personal page, 3 key points for blah. And if you want to find out more, you can hop over to my company page to read more, and then put the link of the actual blog in your post.
What about hashtags? Are they still relevant on LinkedIn?
I think the hashtags have dropped off in this past 6 months. I've actually stopped putting them on there. It's constantly changing every 6 months. I will say every 6 months, just review your strategic objectives and go, is it working? Is it not working? Where do we need to tweak it?
How often do you think someone needs to post both from their personal profile and their business profile for them to be successful and ultimately win customers?
I would say the sweet spot, if you can manage it, is probably twice on your company page and 3 times a week on your personal. If you could do 5 days a week, it's just, you can create it.
And how do you think LinkedIn is likely to evolve?
Microsoft never really released where they're going with the focus. Definitely video.
And last question, what would be your top 2 or 3 tips?
So definitely have a strategy so you keep on track of what you're doing and to help keep your focus, because I think that overwhelm of what am I posting today, work out who you're talking to, have clarity on your goals, what you're doing, and then create your content. And I think it's the mindset piece. It's like really, really focus on, speak from the heart and your knowledge, and you just communicate and do what you're doing. Get over the fear, because for every one person that you think is going to, Facebook is Instagram,
LinkedIn
is not like Facebook and Instagram where people troll. LinkedIn's very, very supportive. People are there to learn. They're there to consume. They're there to collaborate, and they're there to support. So even if you put out a vulnerable post about mindset, mental health, struggling as a sole business owner, the struggles that you have, people will relate to that, and they're more than likely you will get encouraging comments on either people are feeling the same. Definitely be authentic and be true to yourself. Your offline and online presence should match. So however you write, however you speak and you engage with somebody, that's exactly how your content should be as well.
Absolutely great tips. Thank you so much for your time. Really,
Thanks so
really
much for
appreciate
having me.
it. Lots of really juicy tips there. I'm sure so many businesses will relate to and hopefully rethink the way they're approaching LinkedIn and how they can improve. After all, you know, all of us can get better on social media.
I think it's just get comfortable being and know that you're leveraging your online presence for a bigger cause past you, and getting out of your comfort zone is what's going to get you to where you need to be.
Thank you so much.